Hello. I just want to share a few thoughts and ideas on how you can gather information on your competition and then what you can do with it. So, if you start by Googling what is competition in business, you'll find loads of results, all about competitive pricing, beating people with the same product, like the race to get a sale. But competition is more than that, it's deeper than that. And it all starts with your customer. So, your competition is actually every other solution out there to solve the problem you solve for your customer. It's not necessarily just the people who sell the same product for a similar price in a similar location. Yes, they do count as your competition, but it's more than that. Let me give you an example. So I've worked for a pub company as one of our clients. And yes, their competition is also the pub down the road. But not only that, on a bigger scale, on a macro scale, their competition is every other use of leisure time for their customer, every other alternative spend for that pound that they could spend in the pub. So cinemas, leisure centres, gym, going out for a walk, taking a day out, day trips, city visits, going shopping. So they're all alternatives to the pub. And in order to create the best solution or a competitive solution, they need to understand the whole marketplace, the whole competition. But it all starts with understanding your customer. And that's my first tip. Number one, to understand who your competition is, ask your existing customers or users. Ask them what else they considered before becoming your customer. What other options are there out there? Did they come across something you weren't aware of? Did they find a solution that wasn't your product or service? It was something totally different. Why was it that they bought off you? Why did they not choose the other people? Ask questions related specifically to your industry. But asking the customer, is a super important way of starting off understanding who your competition is. And there's a similar tactic. So tip number 2 is, who do you have in common with your competition? Do you use the same supplier? Do you use the same marketplace? Similar agents? What do you have in common with your competition? And can you talk to them about the marketplace that you both inhabit? Get their views on trends, what's good, what's not, what's coming, what's going. Who do you have in common? Have conversations and find out about the marketplace you inhabit with your competition and who else is in it and who else is going to be in it and who's not going to be in it anymore. Once you've done that, you should have a real good impression of who your competition is. Plus all the stuff you know anyway, from the business planning, from having a look what else is available in the marketplace that makes you think your product and service has got a chance. Take all that information and pop it in the internet. So use Google. Search for competition by name, by their product titles, by their CEO, by their salespeople, by the events they run, by the products and services and the problems they solve. Pop their URL in things like the Growth Bot from HubSpot, and it will tell you what paid advertising they're running on Google, what keywords they're after. Do the same on social media. Social media has great search bars at the top of each of the platforms. Look for them. Look for the people who work there. Pay attention to the people employed by your competition who have the most customer touch points, because they'll understand the marketplace more than the CEO maybe. Have a look on what they're posting, what they're interested in, what they're sharing on each of these social networks. And again, document it. You should have a real good competition of the micro and the macro competition in your marketplace by this point. And then you can decide what to do with it. You can decide if you want to position yourself against the competition, if you want to differentiate yourself from the competition. Both are good options. I want to finish off this little video with a story, which was I'm sharing from one of the guys I follow the most, Simon Sinek. And he's a very famous speaker if you've not heard of him. And he's had the opportunity to speak at both the Microsoft and the Apple annual summits, the events they run for all of their staff every year, right? To launch new things and cement the culture. But it says there's a fundamental difference. Whenever he's asked on podcasts and in interviews about competition, it says there's a fundamental difference between the two. When he spoke at the Microsoft event, he said 80% of the presentations given, of the conversations had, of the talk in the room was how Microsoft can be better, can beat Apple. They were so driven to beat their competition. But alternatively, when he went to the Apple summit, not one mention of Microsoft. They were all customer focused. They were there trying to help teachers teach better, help students learn quicker, help designers design more impressive things. How can they help marketers market better? They were very customer focused. And which one's got the better brand? I'll leave that up to you. Hope that was all right. If you've got any questions about this, please feel free to get in touch.